Hello everyone. In today's session, I will go over the workflow that you can use to create well-structured scripts for your YouTube content or a general purpose research that could lift your profile at work. This workflow powered by AI could potentially boost your productivity by 40%. But what if I told you that by leveraging the right AI tools, you could not only streamline your research, but also produce high quality, engaging content that stand out amongst the 62 million active creators. So, without further ado, let's dive in. The first step towards creating any engaging content is to leverage the authentic sources. Using statistics not just allow us to engage better with our audience, but it also allows us to build that credibility. And credibility, especially in business and now more so on YouTube, matters most than anything out there. To be credible, I would ask you to just look out for the research papers or the authentic journals that has already been published and has a deep dive into a topic. For today's research, I will be taking an example of storytelling and how to master this skill set as a topic for research, and let's see how that goes. For my primary research, I would like to bring into play 3 tools. Firstly, we can look into authentic sources or journals in Elicit.com, or you can use Google Scholar to find the journals that are relevant to your subject matter. I will also bring about Perplexity into the picture to see what it gives me in terms of authentic sources from, McKinsey, Deloitte, any other research organization. As part of this research, because we will be using the NotebookLM to bring all the material together, it is important that every resource that we search on is at least in some case downloadable or the one we can copy and paste into the NotebookLM. The first one I have is Elicit.com, and the topic of research for today is the importance of storytelling and how to master that skill set. As a first step, I'm going to research, and it will give me 4 papers and a summary of first 4 papers. One thing I would like to point out is that not every research is publicly available until and unless you're affiliated with a given organization who give you access or you have bought your own membership. But I think there is a workaround for that, which we will be leveraging as part of this research, which is to look out for any output that's already available in the PDF format so that we don't have to go through this hassle of not being able to find the downloadable resources. So I'm going to apply a quick filter that says has PDF. Once we do the research on the filter with PDF, the Elicit.com will present us all the journals where the PDF output is available. So I think importance of storytelling, this looks good. I will basically just go there and download this particular resource. I will also then keep on looking for some more resources such as the art of storytelling. This looks very interesting. I will just download the PDF here. Once again, editorial art of storytelling. This looks pretty cool. You can keep on researching until you are happy with your initial research. At this point, I will move on to Google Scholar, and definitely we will find some really great resources or journals. So once I research my topic, I can see there's tons of relevant content. But once again, I'm only interested where the PDF is available for us to download. So I can see this particular paper by William Cornyn. I just want to make sure that this is the right paper I want to include. Google Scholar also lists out if a particular journal is available in a PDF format or a book format. Another interesting point to be more authentic and look out for the great resources is to look into the citation, and that tells how many citations are done in that particular journal, give a little bit more credibility and depth to the topic. Okay, as a third input, I'm going to move into the Perplexity and ask the similar question. Perplexity always produce some great content with authentic sources already attached to it. So, okay, here we go. We're gonna just check this out. Storytelling. Yeah, this is amazing because it's already pulling in some great resources. You can check some of these resources or check out some of these resources based on the kind of the depth you're looking for your research. So I think what I will do is basically I will take the copy of this content, and now to our next step, where we will move into the NotebookLM, upload all of this information and see what we get as a summary output, and how we can basically go ahead and produce content for our YouTube script. Moving on to NotebookLM. First step, as you can see, I've uploaded all of the papers that I've downloaded. I've also pasted in some of the copied content from Perplexity. This will give a bit more insight on a given topic to NotebookLM. On the same topic, I've now went in and did a research on YouTube to find some really relevant, great content. So I've actually pulled some of this content and now pasted that content as an input to NotebookLM. As you can see, some of the YouTube content cannot be transcribed by NotebookLM because it's been blocked by the user, and especially the TED Talks are usually not exportable. For that, just to give you a little sneak peek into what I have done in the past, I hope they don't really block this out, but yes, let's go ahead and show you the workaround. So you can go ahead, open a new Word document. I would basically start the dictate process and start playing the YouTube video in almost a full volume. Okay, so
longer you've been single and the more boring your job is, the higher the likelihood is that you'll fall in love with someone that you see at work every day.
This is just to demonstrate that you can actually use other tools to transcribe the video for you if you're unable to get the transcript directly. Okay, as a first step, I'm going to ask NotebookLM to summarize all the resources and put a special focus on how one can leverage the storytelling in everyday life. So let's see what it will give us, and before we move on to writing the prompt. Core storytelling techniques, which is interesting. Then let's move on to element of effective storytelling, the change, the emotions, and the structure, and why, how, what, storytelling in different contexts, and again, getting into the marketing, education, professional setting. And again, I think it's basically taking all of this information from all the resources or the diverse resources that we have provided and try to pull that information out. As you can see, with every single point, you can basically go into where it has taken that information from. This particular reference on why, how, and what, the notebook has taken this reference from this particular journal called Storytelling in the Digital Age. So now let's move on to the prompt that we will use to create the YouTube video script. Okay, so before I actually go and paste this in, I want to go over the different sections of this prompt. Again, I've not written this from scratch. I've pulled it out from various sources and combined it with some of the best YouTubers' advice to see how this performs. And I have to say that this prompt has given me a really, really great output. So the first part is context. We're telling the AI to use all the sources that we have just provided. Okay. The writing style, we have given some instructions around the writing styles and asking it to be more active voice than passive voice. The first task is to create an engaging hook and then get into the introduction. Means I'm not the expert yet, but I have to say this is the advice I've seen and I've basically injected into this particular prompt. Then we went into the key points. Again, this is where I might select 3 or 5 based on the kind of YouTube video script that you're looking for. And finally, adding a little bit of additional information that is like a bonus to the whole video, and then conclusion with the call to action. Okay. let's see, the moment of truth. So let's go all the way back up there. Oh, this output is mind-blowing. Did you know that a story is 22 times more memorable than a statistic? That's the power we are about to dive into. So get ready to level up your communication game. And then it went into some emotional triggers and introduction. Again, I wouldn't say that this is it for your final cut, but this is a great starting point. Start with an action. So this is the first point, and again it has given me enough to work with. Then it went into show, don't tell emotions. Use dialogue, then the power of change, the storytelling across context, and then finally getting into the additional information and some conclusion. This is a great start. I'm going to copy this across in my Word document so that I can see better. I'm just seriously not good at times with looking at this tiny shrink space. So I will quickly go and check how many words this is. This is roughly 1,400 words, which is usually come around to about 10 minutes of reading time. Okay, this is already a great start to your YouTube content creation. I would say this may not be it for you. You would like to just go ahead and make changes to bring your own tone of voice. With that, thank you very much for watching today's video. I would like you to just hit that subscribe button, as I will be sharing a lot more automation on this particular platform. As we are in the agentic AI era, I want you to make the most out of it, as I'm going through my own workflows and trying to see what can be automated, and I will be openly sharing every single element to you guys.